Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Yes, this has been a highly requested video. Y'all have been asking me to do this video ever since I moved into my home, which was about 4 months ago, and I only know that because I've been paying the mortgage. So yeah, this is going to be a tips video. I think I'm going to make 2 separate videos. The first one, which is this one, is going to be more about the tips that you can do before getting into a house, or before clothes and all of that. So yeah, it's just kind of like I wish I would have done this, and some of them I did do but could have done better, or just whatever, or some of these things I did do and it went great. The next video that I'm going to do is actually, I want to make sure I have somebody that's more of a professional in either real estate or loan mortgage person, or something that will be able to sit down with us and talk to us about everything we need to know from the time you put down your earnest money to start the process to the time you actually have the keys in hand. And I am still learning that, which is why I don't want to do it by myself, because there's some things that I'm just like, wait, I need to have what? Wait, what do you mean? Say huh? You know, these are different things that I need to already know about, that I'm still kind of learning. So yeah, I will want to have somebody that's more professional and more aware of the entire process to sit with us and talk to us about that on video too. I don't know when that's coming. I hope it's coming really soon. It all falls down on the time that I have available. These are the tips that I think you guys should know before you get ready to walk into purchasing your very first home. And this could be your very first home period, or your very first home in like years. Maybe you had a home foreclosed on, something happened, life got in the way or whatever. It's been maybe 10-12 years since you've had a home since then you're going back to get a home. You can try and look into these things and see if they're still available. But most of everything that I'm actually talking about are for first-time home buyers, because I am a first-time home buyer, so I'm going by experience. And yeah, let's get into it. If you guys are not aware, 4 months ago I purchased this home. It's my very first home. It's just me. I'm a single woman, 29 years old, and yeah, it was really easy. And I only say it was really easy because it was just not, it wasn't just me trying to do this on my own. God blessed me with this house. That's why it was so easy for me to walk into it. But I did have to do some work along the way, and he provided the means for me to be able to do those things. And so I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. If you guys are curious, I've gotten some comments about what I do for a living. Outside of YouTube, my blog, and Instagram, I am a full-time accountant. And you know, deal with numbers every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I've been an accountant for almost 7 years, and I have my master's in accounting. I do not have a CPA because why? But yeah, I actually do that for a living right now, and that is how I'm able to afford to live in this house. So let's get into some tips for you guys to have in order to start your way onto purchasing your very first home. So the very first tip I have for you guys is to save your money and pay attention to your finances. And this is the thing that I wish I would have been a lot more, you know what I'm saying, like disciplined in. I did save enough money in order for me to move and be comfortable in the move and not have any financial issues in that area. But and I do make enough money for me to responsibly take care of everything in this house, take care of the mortgage, all of the services that pertain to upkeep and making sure that my home is presentable and live-inable, you know what I'm saying? Because spiders galore, honey. I'm still killing as we speak, you know what I'm saying? But that, and be able to live a very comfortable life. Well, not very comfortable, like it's comfortable, but I would love it to be a lot more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But yes, that I actually did those finances and stuff before, and I can afford the house that I'm in, and I am comfortable, able to help other people out if they need it, and that is where I'm at now. I would suggest first to write down your current financial situation. And by that, I mean write down everything that you bring in a month, all of your income for the month, write down all of your expenses for the month, and then subtract your expenses from your income. Income would be anything that you're bringing in that you're making money from now. So if you have 2 jobs, everything that you're getting from your 2 jobs. If you're married, your husband's income or your wife's income combined all of that is your income. Your expenses are going to be everything that you pretty much have to pay in order to live, or just things that you have to pay month by month that goes outside of the house. So that's going to be your lights, your cable, your water, your trash, your car note, kids, clothes, like whatever expenses that you have. And be completely honest, guys, this will not work unless you are completely honest with yourself. I had to factor in how much I actually pay for just living. You know, if I like to go out to eat quite a bit, then however much I pay for that month in going out to eat, I factor that in as an expense. If I purchase clothes like I do, since I'm a fashion blogger, I purchase clothes quite a bit, so I have to factor that in as an expense as well. The lucky thing about that is, because that is going to be a part of my business, I'm able to write those things off. But it is still classified as an expense, as something that you're actually taking out of your household income for that month. So yes, be completely honest. Write down every single thing. Insurance, kids come up to you asking you for money for shoes, just anything, any and everything. Write those things down as an expense and see how much you have left after you've calculated that. Once you calculated how much you have left after you put in your expenses, I would suggest, if you are married or in a relationship and will be moving into a house with that person, that significant other, definitely sit down and converse about what it is you are comfortable with paying every month in a mortgage. So if you're now in an apartment, and apartments in Texas are pretty affordable, I would like to say. So if you're in a 950 square foot apartment and you're paying $1,200, which is doable here in Texas. So if you like that, then come on by. But anyways, if that is your price and you're like, okay, well, I'm comfortable paying a little bit more than this for double the space or whatever, you know, which is achievable in depending on whatever you're wherever you are looking for a home in whatever state. I know it's very achievable to find a 2,000 square foot home for like $20,000 here in Texas. It's just the cost of living here is just that much more affordable, but you have to pay attention to the cost of living that is in your neighborhood and in your state. So do a little bit of research, see what you're comfortable with paying, and then do the research in the areas that you would love to live, and look to see how much those areas, how much you would have to pay in order to live in those areas. You have to take into context the type of lifestyle you want to live after you're paying this mortgage. If you're the type of person that is okay with living check to check and every dollar is accounted for, which I don't think you are, I hope not. If you're that kind of person, then you're okay with doing that, or you have something else coming up in the long run that we don't know nothing about, that's different. But if you are one that wants to be able to pay your mortgage and still live a comfortable life without having to pay so much of attention of nickel and diming everything, be extremely specific about the type of lifestyle you want to live once you get into that home, the maintenance that's going to take place and all of that. You want to be very aware of your living style and how you want to do that. If you're not aware of that, I would take a little bit more time to see how you exactly want to live. Start imagining your life and look at the things that you're purchasing. Do you like to get bags? Do you like to get shoes? Do you like to go out, travel a lot? All of those things need to be accounted for, because your mortgage is going to tap into that money. So after you've calculated what you're comfortable in paying for your mortgage every month, and you've actually paid attention to the area that you want to move, I would from then pay attention to the kind of lifestyle you want to live while you're saving. It's good to be disciplined. Like, I wish I was a lot more disciplined at my mom's house, because I had to pay for nothing. I did pay for groceries and I paid for the cable and internet, but that was nothing for what I was bringing in. I wish I was a lot more disciplined, but yeah, it did help me to have what I had in the savings account. So depending on when you are looking to move, that's kind of what you want to base that on, the type of lifestyle you want to live while you're saving, and just how much money you're bringing in general. So if you're able to save like $500 every time you get paid, or $500 a month. Maybe you're staying with family members, you don't have that many expenses. I would save a whole lot more, like girl, a lot more. I would save so much more if you don't have any expenses. Just kind of, instead of paying attention to you being without the money at this moment, pay attention to how much money you can have at such and such day if you keep on going at the good pace that you're going and saving a great amount of money every time you get paid. If you get paid bi-weekly, you get paid monthly, you know, whatever. So kind of pay attention to that. If you are trying to maybe get a house in the next 6 months and you need to play catch up with saving, I would suggest whatever amount that you say that you're comfortable paying for your mortgage at this date that you've actually calculated this, the next time you get paid, I would start putting that amount into my savings. So if you're saying you're comfortable paying $1,800 in a mortgage, then, and you want to purchase a house in the next 6 months, then from the date that you calculate that, when the next time you get paid, I would start saving that $1,800 every month. So yeah, just go ahead and save the mortgage, and it'll make your account standing look good once you go into close. They say you have this amount available. Once they try to make sure that once they go through to try to approve your loan and all of that, it make it a lot more easier. And the moving process, girl, I mean, just movers alone, I mean, it'll make your process in getting into your new home a lot more easy, or a lot easier. So yeah, if within the next 6 months you're trying to get in there, take whatever mortgage amount you're comfortable with paying, put that in your savings every single month. And if you want to get extra, if you're getting extra money inside, save that. You know, just save as much as you can. It makes you feel a lot better when you are able to actually walk into your home with a nest egg, not including the money that you're bringing in from your day-to-day job. So the next thing I would tell you guys to do is to talk to a loan mortgage officer as soon as you can. If you know of a company or you're not aware of a company, I could probably talk about this a little bit in the next tip, but the home builder that you're interested in can actually probably offer someone to you, or look up, you know, someone for you in order, based on whatever loan mortgage companies they actually go through with their entire process. Yeah, I would say talk to one early. My loan mortgage officer, I think that's what they're called, her name was Eileen. She was amazing. I messed up my credit a few times, you know, whatever, young, but but she showed me exactly what I needed to do, how much I needed to pay. She held my hand for the entire time I was getting ready to get into my house. So by the time that I was able to get in my house, I was able to not only get some incentives that I did not have, not only was able to get some incentives that made it to where I did not have to pay any closing costs, but it also made it to where I was able to get a first-time home buyer's assistance and didn't have to pay anything at all when I got in my house, which is amazing. And so if you get with someone, a loan mortgage officer that can tell you where you stand based on your credit and debt to income ratio, all of that, they can run these synopsis, I think that's what they call them, situations, to let you know what your credit scores are and what they need to be to make your life a whole lot easier once you get into your new home. If you are looking to have a lower interest rate, then you need to have a higher credit score. I would say 730 and up, you know. I think the loan officer would say 700, but shoot, I want to be extra good, you know. I just want to be up there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you are looking to have lower rates, then you have to have a better credit score. And if your credit isn't there just yet, get with the loan officer and they can actually run everything for you, tell you exactly what to pay off in order to boost your score. And then they can also help you in disputing some things. If, you know, either you don't own anything, you're not aware of what's on your credit, which I hope you are, fraud, any of that, like they can help you with all of that. I didn't have to pay Eileen anything in order to help me because she was helping me during the loan process. I'm not sure how that works. I think I can hopefully try to go into that more on video 2, but I know for sure that she was able to get her commission from the home builder themselves. So she didn't look for me for any money, so that saved me a lot of money. All the money that I paid were going to creditors that I needed to pay off in order to get my score at a great level for me to have a good interest rate, as well as the home buyers assistance program. So yeah, definitely talk to a loan officer as soon as you can. Do your research on different companies that can help you, and try to figure out if there is one that can help you without you having to pay anything, and then they get their commission from the home builders if you are getting a brand new home. The next thing I would advise you to do is to do more research and educate yourself on this entire process. I wish I would have done that a lot earlier, because right now I don't even have the time to do a whole lot of research. But yeah, do a little bit more research, not only in the home buying process, but more into also into what you want in a home. So if you're not aware of what you want in a home, I would put myself out there. Start going to new homes, open houses, to see whatever is out there on the market right now. And then that way you can try to be like, oh, that way you can see more of your style. Maybe you want more of an open floor plan and you're not aware of it. Maybe you want higher ceilings. Maybe lighting is your biggest thing. Going out and seeing a lot more of what's on the market, and learning a lot more of what you like in homes, and things that are necessary in order for you to just really fall in love with the place that you're living in. That will help you eliminate buyer's remorse. Let's be honest, these are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that we are putting our names on for these loan applications or whatever. I'm not trying to buy nothing that I'm going to the next week like, oh my God, I can't believe I got this lemon, you know? Like a car. I just can't believe I got this home that I'm not really in love with, you know? So go out there, see what you like, learn about the things that make you feel good about walking into your home, and start paying attention to those things. Write those things down, and when you get ready to actually look for your new home, make sure you're checking off most of those boxes, if not all of them. And if you can't check off all of them, make sure you can get them all checked off before you close. Also, if you are into a new construction instead of a previously owned home, I would definitely go to different home builders that you're interested in, and see what kind of incentives they have for you in order to buy the home. Different home builders have the option of giving you incentives such as, I feel like, I don't know if rebate is the right word. I don't think it is. But they're giving you certain money and going toward the studio, which is where you would pick all of your paint and your cabinet colors and your backsplash and stuff like that. Maybe they'll give you $25,000 to go toward that, or they may give you free appliances when you sign with them for a new home. That takes money back, that puts money back into your pocket that you don't have to come out of. Or they even may have the option of being able to talk to whomever maybe that has the right to do this. But the sales guy that helped me get into my home was able to talk to his people and was able to work something out to where I did not have to pay for closing costs. And closing costs could be, I want to say, between 3 to 10%, depending on what level of home you're purchasing. So save your girl cash. Save me so much cash. So yeah, talk to those builders and see what you can get more when purchasing the home. That will give you a way better incentive in purchasing the home and having a way better experience, and save you a lot more money in the process. So if you're going to a new home buyer and they're like, oh, this is what you pay, we don't give you anything, we don't do that, we don't do that, then that's probably not the builder for you. So yeah, go and do that research, and that goes into looking into the new homes and seeing who would be able to do something for you in purchasing that home. You can also ask about the earnest fee, and when getting the home started, ask about how much that is so you know ahead of time for each home builder. So for instance, I've tried to start a house before and then I was like, nah, I don't feel like paying no money. But after starting the house, I did have to put down earnest money because the house was a certain amount. I had to pay $500 down in order to get it started. But starting this home, it's a different price range, different area. So the earnest money was higher than my first home that I tried to get built, or was starting to get built and changed my mind. That earnest money was a lot higher. So just ask them based on the area and the value of the home and the value of the neighborhood, just the amount of the earnest money that you would have to give in order to get the entire process started. And yeah, document that so you know per homeowner, home builder, what you would have to pay. Also, I would say research the first time home buyers grant. And that is offered with several loans, and I'll give you some of those loans now. It will be the HUD, VA loans, USDA loans, and the NH fund. I'll go into a little bit of each. So the HUD loan, or the Good Neighbor Next Door loan, is specifically for first-time home buyers. If I'm not explaining this right, definitely look it up, but this is what I got from what I researched on it. Basically, it's more toward building up urban development, building up more of the urban neighborhoods and fixing them up or whatever. And so they give you incentives in order to purchase homes in these areas to help build up the value of those areas. So, and it's, I know that it is aimed more toward like service professionals, for instance, teachers, firefighters, police officers, etc. And like, for instance, the incentive may be you live in the home for 36 months and you get 50% of the home value taken off the loan, or something like that, you know, something like that. Research it, like I said. But they have a first-time home buyers incentive as well, so look up that. Also, you have your VA loan, you have your USDA loan, then you have the National Home Buyers Fund, which is what I got, and it has several different loans underneath this particular fund. And I received an FHA loan. So with the FHA loan, I was able to do a first-time home buyers grant, which is offered in many other states, so you would have to kind of research for your state. But I know this grant actually will pay up to 5% of the full price of the loan. With this FHA loan, you want to be aware of two things. It requires a certain credit score in order to receive the grant, and it also has a salary ceiling, which I almost kept it. So it depends on I think it depends on your state. I don't know if it's the same in every state, but the salary cap is whatever, you know, for your state. So definitely look into that, because I was close, so we couldn't factor in some things. So yeah, definitely look into that and make sure that you don't cap the salary in order to get the first home buyers grant at a certain when they're like nah. But yeah, and then also know what your credit score is with your mortgage loan officer, so that you all can get an agreement in what you need to do in order to make sure that you're able to get this first time home buyers grant by the time you close. And tip number 4, if you see a door that is open and you are financially able to walk right into it, run into that thing, okay? Run. Ooh, I didn't mean to do the Hitler sign. Briefly, before I was in the perfect space in order to get into a house, I was financially able to take care of myself and to take care of the house and to still live a good lifestyle. And God bless this house to pop up on my radar. The sales, the representative with the home builder was extremely knowledgeable and patient and kind, and taught me everything I needed to know. He was such a great guy. Like, I could not have picked a better person to work with. And then the loan mortgage officer that I worked with was the same. I could not have picked a better woman to help hold my hand to get into my first house. And like, when I said I didn't know nothing, I didn't know nothing, not one thing. But I was able to get in here and I live comfortably. I have a good life here. It feels like home. I'm happy. I have no buyer's remorse. They were extremely kind, and so everything might not have been perfect as to what I'm saying in this video, but if you're able to still live a comfortable lifestyle and he opens the door for you to be able to walk into your blessing, go ahead and do it. Don't wait for things to be perfect. Don't feel like you can't go and talk to somebody and get more knowledge on the situation, because you never know where your blessing is, how long it's going to be out there, because if you don't take it, then someone else will really quick. Someone else would have gotten this house and I'd have been sick if I had not came on the day that I decided to come and get everything started. Definitely run forward when you see a great fit, you feel good about it. Pay attention to how you feel. If you're not liking the way the representative of the home builder is talking to you, you feel like you're being sold to and not actually just being informed, walk away or ask to speak to someone else that can actually just take time to talk to you like a person. So it's almost like a car salesman, you know. It's just but I did not have that experience at all. It was the best experience I can experience. Like, I was actually very afraid because my mom had a bad experience. I've heard of other people in my family having bad experiences, but my experience was nothing like that. It was just a breeze. And so I'm very grateful and thankful for that. So if you find something and you're in a good space and you can make it work and you're not struggling and you're not living paycheck to paycheck, then walk into your blessing. Don't be afraid to make this happen. It is a beautiful accomplishment and I know you all can do it. I'm so excited. Please tell me your stories in the comments. I'm definitely excited to be there with you guys while y'all walk into your blessing for your new home. So I will definitely try to keep you abreast on when I will come out with the second video. I just have to find someone that will be able to sit with me and help educate us a little bit more of what you would experience after the close or going into close, after you started the process of your home. So this is just kind of to get you to the door, pay your earnest money type video, and I'll try to get someone to come in with the rest of the information we need to know on the after you pay your earnest money kind of video and after you close on your home. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please talk to me in the comments. Talk to me, and I will be down there commenting back with you guys and having great conversations. So subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to your girl, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye.